Here are some tips and tricks in order to manage your meeting within Upperby Meeting. The presenter should always have two windows open in their web browser. The first one being the virtual room and the other one being the configuration of the meeting. If you're ready to start your meeting, you can save your quorum. When you're ready to start the meeting, you can simply click on Start the Event, and at the end of the countdown, the event will start. If people need to leave during the meeting, kindly advise them to use the Leave Room button at the top right of the screen. That way, they will be able to submit a proxy to either a board member or another attendee before they leave. That way, their vote will still be represented during the assembly, and you won't lose the quorum and have to deal with the consequences of that afterwards. If you need to record the meeting, you can always start the recording by clicking the button here and then choosing which pods you want to record. If you need to show people a document during the meeting, you can always open it on your desktop and then use the screen sharing option in order to share your screen and the document to the attendees. When somebody raises their hand, you will be able to unlock their microphone and camera and allow them to interact with you. In order to do so, simply click on their name and then unlock mic and unlock camera. On their side, they will have a pop-up asking them to configure their microphone and camera. It is important that they do that in order to be able to interact in the meeting. If you have several attendees, you can always ease the search of the person who had their hand raised by using the search tool at the top right corner of the audiovisual component. Participants can always interact with the chat of the audiovisual component. It is possible for you to enable the chat moderation, which means that every time somebody posts a message, a presenter will have to approve it before it becomes public. The options in the audiovisual component are as follows. You can always choose the AV view in order to put the emphasis on the people with their microphone and cameras unlocked. You can choose the whiteboard if you need to draw figures in order to show something. The screen sharing will allow you to share your desktop and show documents that you need to show to the participants. And the YouTube will allow you to show a video during the meeting. Note that on Upperby TV, on our YouTube channel, we prepared video in order for the participants to get accustomed to all the tools of the meeting. So you can use that video and play it in loop before the meeting starts so that the participants know exactly how to use the tools of the meeting. When you're ready to start a vote, go in the meeting's configuration and then under votes, you will be able to go under actions and then configure the vote. You will be able to go under actions and then start vote. Before the vote starts, kindly remind the participants to get out of the full screen mode or otherwise they won't see the pop-up in order to vote. And if they don't see the pop-up to vote, they can always go down in the agenda and at the point they can always click on vote to reopen that pop-up and vote. Once a vote is over, they will be able to see the results. When you are at an election vote, if you open the candidacies to the people present, you can ask them to raise their hand, and from there, for the elections of the administrator, you can just go under actions, configure the vote, and instead of going back and forth between the virtual room and the configuration, just click on add the attendees who have their hand raised and they will be part of the choice during the vote. And from there, you will be able to start the vote. If a vote is inconclusive, for example, if you did not elect the required amount of board members after the election vote, you can always start a new round. In order to do so, for the vote in question, just go under action and then create a new round. This will duplicate the vote that already took place and you will be able to configure it by removing the options that were elected and adjusting the number of possible choices. At the end of the vote, the results for each round will be available under See Results in their own section. When the meeting is over, you may click on the button at the bottom left corner in order to stop the meeting.